All right.
Go ahead.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Knights of the Lunch Table. Today we are playing Would You Rather, a game where you pin each. A game where you pin each other. God damn it! I was thrown off by that.
Damn it, Josh.
A game where you pin each other against each. Words. I'm gonna start over.
Are we restarting the recording then?
All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Knights of the Lunch Table. Today, we are playing Would You Rather, a game where you pin each other against moral dilemmas and see which one you'd rather do more than the other. And we'll have to explain it over the episode.
Why would you pick
Fun.
X over Y?
Yeah.
Because
But,
that's why.
What? America?
Yeah, I don't know. It just
America.
seems to be people's bad reasoning for things all the time.
Right. I guess you can put that in anywhere. But anyway, who wants to start out?
Well, I have one. Like I said, I kind of pinpointed it on Tyler here. I gotta see if I can find it here.
Oh.
again.
Oh my god, you're writing things down? What a
Yeah.
Starting
nerd.
off with Tyler
He's
right off the
taking
bat.
notes. What a nerd.
Says the one who bragged
Okay.
about buying new comics.
Not new comics. $200 worth of new
Wait.
comics.
Nerd!
Hang on.
No.
Pretty sure that they're not all new. Does that make it better or worse? I think that makes it worse.
$200 of used comics.
Well, no, like they are like new,
Okay.
like new as in just came out, kind of new.
New to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose.
I think the Blue Beetle one is old. The Jinx one is new. Justice Society of America is new. This one is new. 3 of them are new. The rest are all old.
Anyway, back to the conversation at
I'm not
hand.
the one brought it up.
All right. Would you rather always say everything on your mind or never speak again?
Ooh. I feel like I know which one he's gonna say.
I mean, I feel like the wise
Discuss.
choice is to never say anything again. But I already half of the time say just whatever pops into my head. So yeah, probably that one. I just always say whatever's on my mind. I'm gonna lose.
I mean, it's not like
friends,
you shut up
but,
anyway.
You know,
At least you'll know who your real friends
yeah,
are.
just like the Day to Remember song.
Fair enough. Kyle, what would you do?
I mean, the philosophy for my family always growing up was not to rock the boat. So, in that, I probably would choose the never say anything again. You don't have to, like, bite your own tongue then.
Well, see, the thing with the other one is that you can't bite your own tongue.
I know.
Yeah, you're...
Yeah, I, mean, I guess with me, yeah, my personal philosophy has always been the opposite. That, like, you know,
Rock the boat.
yeah.
Flip the boat
Stir
over
some
and
shit
rock the
up.
boat.
Hey, if the boat can't handle a little rocking, it's not a very sturdy goddamn boat, and I don't want to fucking be in it anyway. So,
And don't forget
Yeah,
the
but
rule
in
to
some
not come a
instances-
knocking.
But sometimes it's not knocking the boat over. You're just poking holes into the boat. And then that's a whole nother conversation.
Poke. Yeah.
All right. Who's got
wait,
who's
which
got the
fucking
next
one
one?
were you gonna do, Josh? Shit.
Yeah.
God.
Oh, I was always gonna speak my mind. I do that for the most part. As I've grown up, I've realized it's not worth it to like shut up about
Yeah.
a lot of things.
Yeah, and
so
That's fair.
it's
And
actually it's gotten me in trouble at family
obviously in the
things.
same in the real world, like air quotes real world, there's you know, sort of levels to it to where, like, okay, don't say this, but I should say something about this kind of thing. But,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, like, did I ever tell you guys about how my whole dad side of the family thing's been going over the last few years?
No.
I don't think so.
obviously you all knew that he passed
Well,
away.
yeah.
Almost fucking holy shit! It's been almost 12 years.
Yeah.
Anyway, so about 4 or 5 it was either Christmas or Thanksgivings ago. I remember I was working down at a place in Wisconsin Dells. Tyler, you obviously know the place. And I had gotten done with work, and I'm pretty certain that it was Thanksgiving. So I remember I was driving home, and there's the town hall or not town hall, it's like a community center somewhere in the middle of BFE, that my family tends to rent out for holidays and get-togethers and all that kind of stuff. I remember driving by, and I saw all of them. I never got an invitation for it.
Oh.
Neither me or my older brother did. So I called them out on Facebook, like, harshly. I'm like, well, must have been really nice to have the family there, I put in air quotes. And I'm like, yeah, because we're just not a part of it anymore, I guess. And then I had so many calls and texts. It's like, why did you say that? I'm like, because it's true. You guys go out on all these, like, they'll go 4-wheel riding and fishing and do these all big-ass family trips, and we've never been invited once since he's been passed. So it's like, I'm speaking my mind about this because this is bullshit.
Yeah.
And so far, every Christmas, I've said some shit like that, and it's gotten me less and less liked by the family, which I could care less, because they're all kind of shite anyway.
Yeah. That's fair.
So yeah, I would rather speak my mind. I'd rather people know what I'm thinking most of the time, and it's just 9 times out of 10, it's nothing bad, but they know when they fuck up.
Yeah.
So the consensus is that Kyle's thought process is wrong.
Well, it's not wrong, but yeah, there are some instances where it's just better to bite your tongue, and like, you could go behind everyone's back and not give a shit what they have to say, but sometimes.
I can let other people speak my mind.
Yeah, or as I keep hearing everywhere, it's like, people will dig their own graves if you let them talk enough, so just let them talk.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, who's next?
Tyler, did you have one?
No. I don't know, man.
Well, I got another one.
All right. Well, how about I have one. This one's a little more.
Go. I got mine.
I don't know, maybe philosophical. But would you rather have a 1-minute conversation with your past self or your future self?
Ooh.
I know.
I feel like...
and I have
Well, I was just going to say, I feel like past self isn't particularly beneficial to the present.
But it can affect the present.
Actually, I would say I have, is this,
butterfly effect.
you are pulling yourself somewhere, yeah, are you pulling yourself somewhere out of the past to talk to you? Or is this just, a moment saved in time that you get to go and talk to?
Let's just say you both get pulled into an individual dimension that you both can talk in. Yeah.
Okay, so pocket dimension style, I'm being randomly pulled out from somewhere in the past or the future.
I have a question. Is this like a thing where talking to your past self can alter, the timeline?
Yes. Or you can get information from the future.
Yeah, so this is...
I feel like I'd talk to my past self. Just because there are a few things. It'd probably just be like a quick rundown, too. I'd be like, alright, do this, do this, do this, do this. Trust me, you're good.
And hope that your past self does it.
Yeah.
June 12th, take $100, go buy Bitcoin. And then sell it at, 2018. You'll be rich, I promise.
But no, just like that kind of thing. So there's one scenario that it seems super minor, but it's something that's just kind of... It's one of the few times that I didn't speak up when I should have. When I was in when I was in college, it's not a real college. It was one of those 2-year colleges. What are they called?
Community college.
Yeah, that kind of thing. No
Technical
offense to
college.
community college people. I'm currently enrolled in another community college. It's not a big university. Is my point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to one of those, and I was on the soccer team there, and we got to playoffs, And I sat for the entire first playoff game, didn't play a single goddamn minute, which was irritating, but we won, so I was like, cool, whatever. Not mad, I guess. Then the second game of playoffs, I was sitting for, like, the first, like, you know, fucking 90% of the game, and we're down 3-0. That's 0 for you Americans. So we're down 3-0, and then the coach finally subs me on, and it always irritated me that I never said anything, because, like, at the beginning of the season, he's all, oh, I'm paid to put a winning soccer team on the field, and I never said anything, and I should have been, like, because, like, the team just looked fucking dead the whole game, and I was like, had I gone on when we were only down, like, 1 or 2-0 at, like, halftime or whatever, maybe I could, you know, force some energy into the game. Like, not saying I would have scored, but, like...
But there would have been a
change
change of, like,
been,
morale.
Energy, like, work rate kind of thing. Because, like, the whole team just looked bored and, like, defeated, like, the whole game. So I was like, God, I should have feckin' said something. And it's not to say that, like, I regret not winning a championship or anything. It's just... Is one of those situations where I wasn't assertive, and that's one of the ones that I should have done. Also, I probably would have told myself to stop being
a bitch. No.
No, I mean, just to stop worrying quite so much about being uber polite. Because this is like kind of a completely different tangent, but I have always had a problem with like getting to the point where you ask somebody out. Like, I'm fine just going and talking to people. That's not an issue at all for me. It's the part where you're supposed to be like, hey, can I get your number? Because I look at it as like I'm inconveniencing them. I'm like bothering somebody, and I try not to do that. And that's not like a self-deprecation thing. That's just I was raised to not bother people, so I'm just like, I mean,
you're used to finding the opportunity to do it, right?
Well, it's just more of a I don't want to go interject and, you know, waste somebody else's time and, you know, bother them by talking to them and all that kind of stuff.
So I see you're part of the don't rock the boat crowd.
In a way, it's
okay.
more just I don't. It's I have something in my brain that inherently assumes that me going and asking somebody out is going to ruin their day or make them feel awkward, and I don't want to do that to them. Like, I don't mind the awkwardness at all. Like, I'll act like a fucking nutcase in public. You guys know that. It's just I don't want to go and, you know, fuck up somebody else's day by making an awkward situation for them.
That's fair.
It's funny that you mentioned that, because there's a guy on YouTube, and I'm trying to figure out who it is while we're doing this, but...
Bleep that out. We don't want his name.
No.
Anyway, I gotta go to the bathroom.
But, no.
Sorry.
Okay.
Alright, a little break, I guess.
Wow. Yeah, it'll give me time to find this. Oh, I gotta find it, because, like... Here he is. Found him. Now I just have to find the video. Is it good? Because I actually found it.
Nice.
Well then, this is an awkward segment. I never had a quiet part of the podcast.
Well, I mean, yeah, we're gonna cut this out.
I know, but it's like weird. Like we've never done this before.
Yeah. I mean, technically, we did yesterday in our episode because, Tyler had to go grab food. And I think you went to the bathroom or something. So we just took a break.
But, yeah, we took a break from that. We're still, like, actively... Well, I guess we were actively recording. I don't know. It's just a weird moment, because he's usually back by now.
Yeah. Truth be told, I actually don't remember why he left.
Oh, I heard a door. The text they chose, or the subtext they chose for that image for this video is really weird.
I'm trying to think of a good would you rather for Tyler.
I have another one that's kind of a jab at both of you. So
interesting.
This one's going to be kind
we
of
also
funny.
have to hear your part for mine.
Oh yeah,
and mine.
Like
so
yeah, like I have a two-sided answer to this one, so it'll be interesting. Yeah,
double-sided blade.
Well, because with ADHD, and I'll explain more, but ADHD brain does not shut up when I hear those kinds of things.
Yeah.
My hands smell like eggs for some reason.
Are they not rotten eggs at least?
I don't know. That's kind of the
If it smells
problem.
like sulfur,
like
then it's probably rotten eggs.
Am I having a
or
strong?
Ghosts.
Well,
not exclusive.
As far as I'm aware, this house is not
for either one.
I'm not aware if this house is haunted or not, so I couldn't tell you. Okay. Hands washed. It's a little bit better. Now they just smell like dish soap.
It's something.
It's better than eggs. Oh, yo, my new credit card arrived today. It's weird because it's shiny.
Shiny credit? Like it's hollow, like hollow foil or whatever it is?
Well, no, like it's the Capital One Quicksilver, so it's like actually it's like it's shiny itself.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm back. What did I miss?
The meaning of life.
Okay, cool. Sorry, yeah. It just hit me out of nowhere. I had a chorizo bagel from a bagel voice crack from a bagel that I won't name, but I will say is really smart. It's a very, very smart. Some say the smartest ever bagel place. Anyway.
Wow.
And,
back
chorizo. Really good going in, but
back to podcast.
A bit problematic once it gets into your gut. Anyway, what was I talking about?
Well, we'll get back to topic a little bit because I remember where we were at. I found the video for you guys to watch. Obviously, I posted it in the Discord, but this guy's name is Matthew. I think I'm pronouncing his last name wrong, but God correct me if I'm wrong. Matthew Hussey is his name, weirdly enough. But in this video particularly, he talks about why, as like the years go on, men are approaching women less and less. Because it's like, oh, they always seem so busy, I don't want to bother them. And his line in it is legitimately like, I don't want to bother her. She looks like she'll bite my freaking head off.
Yeah, that's not exactly the thing.
And
yeah.
but yeah, and again, the video I posted goes a little bit more into it, but like I understand that point where it's like it's partially like give me the opportunity or give me a sign that this is something that you want. Then that way I don't feel like I'm wasting your time, I'm not wasting my time, so on and so forth, kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, I said, I don't really mind my time being air quotes wasted, but
Yeah.
Well, to the average people,
it's also just a matter of like, I never feel like it's the appropriate time. Like, you're at a grocery store, I'm like, they just trying to buy some groceries. They don't want some rando coming up and bothering
again,
them.
this video 100% covers
like,
that whole
they're
thing.
at work, they can't like leave the scenario, you know, if they're trying to say no. Which, like, if they say no, all that's gonna happen is like, cool, no worries, have a good day. But you know, they don't know that in their head, and I ain't trying to freak anybody out or anything like that. But yeah,
that's fair.
The problems of the modern.
But
I mean, what?
So
I'm not.
So Kyle, for my
sure.
For my answer to your question, Kyle, would be either. And the problem is with ADHD brain, I see this on both sides of the question.
Oh yes.
First one is, and I'm actually going to go more philosophical instead of like, you know, cheating the system with life-changing info.
Interesting.
If I go back to the younger me, I get to re-see where I was, like, let's say 10, 12 years ago, back in high school, where my brain was set on, oh, I want to do this thing now. This seems like my life goal. And then coming in, you know, 10, 20 years later, and I'm like, well, now I see that this is my goal. I want to see where, at what point in my life that idea changed to be like, oh, well, now I see why this changed, or why this was more of a goal, or why did I lose interest in this goal? That's my kind of thing with talking to my past self. I would also
tell myself to not go to college right out of high school.
Agreed. That was
the
biggest waste of money I ever did.
Yeah, that's fair. Basically spent my own scholarship and didn't get anything from it.
I got a little bit from my second time in college, but the first time was just a waste of like $5,000.
Yeah.
But then, with the future self, my big thing is I want to know if I've changed anything in my life that like would make me happy, or if something like drastic changed in like the next 10, 20 years, where it's like, this is either something I need to prepare for, or this is something that I'm excited about the next day thing. Like, that would be my main reason for talking to both of them.
You don't get to do that.
But if I had, yeah, and I'm aware of that. If I had to pick, I think I would look more towards the future instead.
See, I feel like I would do the past for similar reasons, but just because I feel like I get more benefit out of altering the current reality than I would get from altering, like, from here on. Although it would be cool to, like, what I would do if I am if I was going to talk to the future self, I'd go, like, to deathbed point, basically. You know, if you can time it to where it's going to happen. Well, no, basically to where the deathbed is, so that I could ask myself what I regret not doing or doing, so I can avoid those mistakes, you know, coming up.
Huh.
That's fair. I can see that.
That is fair. A little dark, but basically witnessing your own death.
I don't think it is dark.
Well, no, and I see why he's doing it, because the whole deathbed thing, you know, oh, well, I regret not spending more time with my kids or whatever.
Like, kids?
I see his point. Well, okay, regardless of future selves, but
it's funny though. I didn't even mean that like that way, but just like I have kids. Shit, I should go spend time with them. Yeah.
But no, see, my thing with visiting or knowing my past self is I wouldn't know the same people I did now if I changed even one thing about my past. I wouldn't know some of my best friends. I wouldn't have gone through the life experience I did.
Yeah.
If I changed the past at all. So that's my big thing. I don't want to lose that. I would rather lose what could potentially be or change what could potentially be.
Definitely.
Oh, I do.
So
right.
All right.
Yeah.
So, Cal, what's your answer?
And then I have
All right. So I do agree with Josh on many points, but like I know if I were to talk to my past self, I don't know if I could change a whole lot. Just knowing who I was back then, I wasn't very prone to change or taking advice.
Okay.
So even if I myself told myself something, I might not do anything.
You don't fucking know me. I didn't think about that. Yeah, my plan might be flawed because I wouldn't fucking listen to myself probably.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if it's necessarily like a defiance thing or more
for me,
just
it would be.
anxiety or something,
Yeah.
but definitely
I-
it's one of those. I guess.
I went based on
Yeah.
the assumption that like you would have an inherent trust and belief in yourself.
No, you have to
Dude,
convince
my
your
past self.
You know,
My past
it-
self didn't even like my own family.
But I think that I would have to go with talking to my future self so that I can see where I'm at that point that I choose or whatever I guess is sent to me if I don't have a choice.
Whether this whole YouTube or
That's-
podcast thing
it's
is going to
not-
work
Yeah,
out.
right?
Here's the
No,
thing: if you talk
Wow.
to your if you talk to your future self and like and get information or whatever, like that inherently changes what happens in the future. So like it
Yeah.
wouldn't be that same. There's no way to get that same future again.
It might change it,
Yeah.
but would it be necessarily for the worse or the better?
Well, no,
You
I'm
have
just saying
to
it wouldn't
make
inherently
that
be
choice.
drastically different or anything. I just mean it wouldn't be that same future. So
Yeah.
if you go talk to your future self and he's like, "Yeah, my life is perfect," well, there goes your perfect future.
Or you
Not
can
entirely. If he
just
doesn't
do
divulge any
nothing
details,
and
you can just
continue as you
yeah,
were.
just
Right, but are you
Exactly.
really continuing as you were?
I mean, if they don't
I
tell
mean-
you details about like why their life is perfect or how they got there,
Is life preordained?
then
Yeah.
you don't really have
Or-
much to worry
or
about.
do Oh my
you
God,
don't
we're not
know
going
what
into
is
this.
causing it.
No, but that's
We're
what I'm
not
saying,
going
though,
into
like,
this,
even
by the way.
without knowing exactly what steps were taken, like your subconscious can still make different decisions based on.
now that
trying
you
to get
think
to
your
that
future
perfect future.
now that future A exists and you know it happened, are you going to try to pinpoint yourself back to that, or by changing your compass direction, are you ignoring that future
Yeah,
entirely?
but
I mean,
uh,
honestly, for me, I don't know if that would be much of an issue.
by talking to
Just
my
like-
to my past self, by the way, when you said that I have to convince my past self, you realize that's going to take the whole last minute for me. Like, because first I got to do the whole Canadian thing of like, hey man, I'm not trying to like tell you what to do. You still do you.
Oh, well,
You're
hey
in
there, bud. Young to
charge.
know.
You know, it's
You get
your
called a
life.
boomer,
I mean, it's
and
my
no.
life too, but it's also your life.
Get called a
But-
boomer.
And then I got to deal with the whole, yeah, well, you don't fucking know me, so and I'd be like, I literally.
And then you
am
both
you.
just get into an argument. And next thing you know, the minutes
For 30
don't even get
seconds.
pulled back. Your past self
Oh, no,
thinks
see,
your future
it's-
self is a douche.
We just
It's
fuck
that
each other
moment
up
where-
as we fade away.
Oh, I was gonna go down the alley of like, okay, you finally convince him. There's 55, like you're 55 seconds in. You're now taking 5 seconds to be like, okay, now listen closely. You're gonna boop, gone.
So for the past like
Oh.
15 seconds, there's been like, or like a minute or so, there's been like a engine, like somebody's revving their engine outside. So, you know, just
Wow, cool people.
whoever's
you know?
editing, just go back in the last like minute. Feel free to mute my shit when I'm not talking. Yeah.
Okay, so on a less serious note,
It's,
I have
it's
one
my turn
here
to-
that I think you guys might like.
Person.
No, we went in a rotation, didn't we?
I didn't have
It was
one.
just us two
I
so
had
far,
fr-
and we're 30 minutes in.
Oh, I'm
You
sorry. I'm
should
sorry.
be. Anyway.
Go ahead.
See, this
Bitch.
is why I would fight with my past self. Anyway, so mine. So I have 2. Should I do the lighthearted one now, or at the end?
We had a pretty heavy one right now, so let's go with the
Yeah.
lighthearted.
Yeah, whack. I was just lay it all on heavy and then go light. Anyway, no, it's fine. I get it. Would you rather create a successful, like, long-standing, like, written work or, like, book of some kind? Like, I mean, it could be comic book or manga or whatever the fuck. Just, like, something, a physical thing that you, like, read. Or, and this is, like, a long-standing, like, it can keep going as long as you want it to. Or a television series or film or whatever, but you only get one. It's like, a one season, like. But it would also.
So,
it would also
Firefly kind of thing.
Yeah, like either way, it's successful.
So Firefly.
Yeah,
Also, I'm
that's
assuming,
Firefly.
like, when you do those, you know how to do it.
Well, yeah, like it's inherent that it's going to be good, basically. Yeah. So, like, I mean, what was going on in my head is either you have a long running manga that you write, or you have like a 20 episode, one season anime kind of thing.
So Firefly versus One Piece. Got it.
So,
Well, I mean, I get, but see, not One Piece though, because One Piece is a manga and an anime. So like,
and it's still going,
Yeah,
I
but
think.
it's
So-
still going.
yeah. Right, but see, that's the thing. The anime doesn't keep good. The anime that you make, it's one season, and there can be offshoots for either. Like, somebody can look at your manga and be like, "Wow, that shit's really good. I'm gonna make an anime out of this," or whatever.
Well, yeah.
But you
Anyway.
can't be involved in the making of the anime. That's the rule.
And that's fine. Honestly, I'd go for the one shot, the one season.
Okay.
Just because, like, I mean, obviously, and I'm gonna reference One Piece quite a bit on this one, just
Gross.
because it makes sense. But like with One Piece, let me explain. With One Piece, obviously the writer has gone on how fucking long, still making manga of it, and all the countless shows and movies that are out now. You reach a point where, obviously, almost every story could be told. But if you do the one shot, you get to tell a side of the story, but then the fans get to decide the rest. They get to take it on longer. They get to bring it in their own headcanon. They get to do all this kind of stuff, all these fan fictions, all that kind of shit. And I feel that's a much closer connection than the 1,000 episodes of One Piece that are out right now, where, oh great, now I know why this person is here. Or at least from the one person's, like, perspective,
Yeah,
that's why this one
I get
person's
it.
here.
Like having the one season kind of thing, it leaves room for it to breathe.
Yeah.
Exactly. And like with Firefly, obviously there's the one season, there's the movie that came out, and then there's been so many people trying to reboot the series that, like, you know for a fact that if they ever did it, one, it would never be as good as the original, but
Never is.
would the fan base be happy that they tried to push another season out, though? That's my big thing.
Yeah, that's fair.
As long as you're stuck with that one season, and like in this case, that one movie, the possibility is endless. You could stick with the same crew for hundreds of years, or watch the crew change as the years go on. That's my big thought.
Yeah, that's fair. Honestly, I do kind of agree with Josh also. Like, I would go with the one season. Like, I'm referencing an anime called Gargantia on the Virtuous Planet, or Virtuous Planet.
Oh,
Yeah,
That was a good.
like, it was really good. And it was short, and I feel like
Yeah.
it made its point and got everything it needed to in what, like 13 episodes or something like that.
Something like that.
And-
Yeah. It was really short.
Yeah. So, like, if I could do something like that as, like, one project, and it's successful, I feel like it could definitely open up more avenues to do, like, other things.
Yeah, but you can never touch
That's
that
fair.
property again, though. That's the rule.
Oh, not even, like, a different kind of film?
Nope. You make it once,
so,
that's it.
So like you can do like other like
other projects,
IPs,
but you can never
yeah,
go
that
back
one,
to that old
that's
project.
Oh, I mean, yeah, like I could do that project and then like start up another anime
Like Studio
that's
Ghibli,
completely separate
actually.
from that.
Yeah.
Studio Ghibli, Trigger that he just did like quite a few. He did Kill la Kill, and
Kill la
the Blade or not Blade Runner.
Kill la
Whatever.
Kill's great.
Oh, it's absolutely
So
great.
fucking dumb.
But yeah, like he has so many great like one season series out, but he never goes back to the other ones.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I mean by it's like it'll open up other avenues for me to be able to do other things. Like I don't have to do that project. I can use that as like a stepping stone.
Yeah, just like
to go and do other things.
You know.
Studio Ghibli.
I feel like I'm pretty sure I'd go the other way. I would make a written thing or like a graphic novel or some series just because like I don't know, man. I just that I feel like that way I can just add to the world whenever I want to. Like, because I don't know.
That's fair.
I just like the idea of being able to expand on stuff. Like I have a good concept,
And they both have their drawbacks as well. Like, obviously, my one season, like, it's gonna get old over time.
Oh yeah, it'll get potentially forgotten unless it becomes like a cult classic kind of thing. But
yeah, and then with like the other idea, like, yeah, you know, it's a long-standing loved series, but you know, it'll see its day where it's finally like, all right, I'm bored reading this. I'm gonna go do something else now, or make something else a big facet of my life.
I don't know. I feel like with like a written work, there's a lot of like how do I say it? There's like a lot of there's
personal
a lot of
interpretation.
times where you, like write something or like create, you know, a manga, a graphic novel, whatever it is, and somebody takes it and makes a show, like an anime or a live action show, whatever, off of it that's still really good. Like, even though you're
could be
not
Josh and I, and it could be one season.
And like,
it's different personal adaptations.
That's
of
what
it
I'll
is
do.
what would
That's
make
what
your
I'll do.
work
I'll
interesting.
make a really good. I'll write a really good manga. You guys
and we'll
just
just
make one season of it. And by then, it'll have gained enough traction to get some of the real big dogs in, and then we can make a really. Then they'll make a really fucking good anime about it. But yeah.
One that's more than one season.
Yeah.
Yo, Love, Death, and Robots on Netflix. That's actually a really cool idea for something like that.
I didn't like it.
Well, because it's all different artists each time.
No, yeah,
That's
like,
and like the Jedi series as well.
God, what do they call it? Visions or whatever.
The animated one that they did on Disney.
Is that it?
Yeah, Visions, where it's a different animator each time, so it's different concepts and.
I feel like it's a kind of a cool
it's
concept,
a cool idea.
But I just feel like the Love, Death, and Robots one in particularly in what the fuck? That's not English. In particular, is like overrated. I don't know. I like.
Dude, some of them are actually really dark.
Like, some of these are ass. Like this is.
Oh, some of them were weird, but there was a few.
One where it's like some like space captain or some shit like that, and his wife is dead or some shit. I can't remember all of it, but I just remember I was like, "This is fucking stupid." Like he's trapped in some kind of fucking loop or something. Somebody knows what I'm talking about, but I hated it.
I'm sure, but there's in season 3, there's an episode called Swarm where it's alien life. Like they finally meet them. There's a person that's been sent out. They have good relationships, all that stuff. This weird like superhuman or super hive mind society. But later on in the episode, you watch. Spoiler alert! I don't know. I should mention that, but. You're watching, and the hive mind finally takes control of one of the humans, like because we're trying to double cross them. But the way they do it was so horrifying. They cracked into this woman's skull, you know, going into the brain with these tentacles, and like you can see it's causing her physical pain. But like, fuck it, the thing has control now, and like that thought, fucking just, it's horrifying. But I loved the whole animation of it. It was so good.
So anyway, who's next?
Who's next?
Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Who's
Ooh, I want to kind of do mine because mine's funny.
Fair enough.
So, would you rather have a mullet or a ponytail haircut forever?
That implies I have hair.
No.
That's why I said it kind of targets both of you to some degree.
Oh, I'm lactose intolerant.
I'm a terrible Wisconsinite.
Right?
So mine will be pretty quick. I think I would probably have ponytail. Yeah.
Ponytail? Okay. Tyler?
I don't know. I'm thinking about it because, like,
I mean, is that the only style I can have with my hair? Like, is it permanently
That is the
in a
only-
ponytail?
Yes, permanent mullet or ponytail. No changes. Mind you, you never have to cut it again, but it stays
It's
that one
permanently
hairstyle.
Is it a long ponytail or the short one?
We're not doing man buns.
I mean,
It's long enough that you can hold like a whole chunk of it in your hand.
It's
After that, it's up to
length of
you.
hair that I have. Anyway, I see that if it's permanently on a ponytail, that shit is gonna like get all knotted up and awful. Don't recommend. You gotta be able to take.
okay,
that
it
shit
becomes
out
dreads
of the
then.
you gotta be able to pull that shit out of the ponytail and brush it.
Well, like you can obviously brush it, maintain it, but
There's
if
just
you
something
are-
that if you're going to go out, you have to put it in a ponytail. Like you.
yeah, it is
physically
it is
cannot get out of
ponytail
a ponytail.
when pretty much.
I think it's more justifiable to have the ponytail than the mullet.
What, you mean you don't want to have the classic America look?
I'm good.
See, I kind of want to do a mullet just because, like, I don't know, I think it'd be funny.
America.
I just
But
say,
that's the permanent
i-
hairstyle that you'll have.
Imagine a person with a mullet having like my personality and like viewpoints on shit.
Oh my god.
Oh, it'd be like that guy. There's a YouTuber who's like, there's a YouTuber
Specific.
who's like, he's like all redneck and stuff. He sounds like, he's like, all right, so here's what we're gonna be talking about today. Except he's
That's
like,
also specific.
except he's like full liberal. Like
Oh.
he's completely a Democrat, but he's like, all right, today we're gonna be talking about dirt. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
I thought you were gonna go the route of like fucking Dr.
fuck
Disrespect.
that guy. He's a douche.
Well,
He is. Like, he's actually a douchebag in real life, so I've heard.
In some instances, there's others that have been.
I suppose
yeah.
I've never really heard him, so.
I don't know. I just also literally everything I've seen from him, I don't find funny in the least.
Oof.
No.
He's one of those people that it's just like, he screamed, he loud, he funny, It's dumb.
But Tyler, that's your whole
It's
brand.
not. That's Will Ferrell's
I mean, you do
brand.
yell quite a bit
That's
in
Will
some of our video
Ferrell's
games.
brand. Guy's a fucking
Anyway.
idiot. Anyway, I hate Will Ferrell too, just for the record.
This isn't
That's not the
you
topic
hate
of-
everyone podcast episode.
Well, that's the next episode. Don't worry.
I like Neil
But,
Gaiman. He's cool.
Anyway, back to topic. I'd probably just go with ponytail. It like you could probably do a little bit more with the ponytail than the mullet, but like
I think my official answer is going to be ponytail too. Just it seems like less, less of a hassle. I mean, I already tie my hair into a ponytail
So we're all-
occasionally, so
you would just be more used to it. Okay. So who's next?
I'll go next.
Okay.
So, this one's also kind of a comedic one. Or, I think it would be comedic. Would you rather spend the day wearing soaking wet socks or spend a day with a rock in your shoe that you cannot remove?
Rocking my shoe. I don't care. Rocking my shoe.
Oh, that was quick.
I have such calloused feet from working as a lifeguard that it does not bother me. Like it'll be annoying, but wet socks physically hurt my feet.
Well,
no, I get that. Yeah,
Like,
especially
I-
when it starts like wrinkling.
Yeah, and because obviously I'm working 2 jobs, so those nights I don't really get to come home and do much. I'm stuck wearing the same pair of socks while working for like 15 hours. At the end of the day, and this is going to be really gross, and I apologize, I legit have to peel the sock off my foot. It is gross, and I hate everything about it.
And then it's like crunchy the next
It's
day.
actually one of my pet peeves. Is like,
Yeah.
just fucking sweaty ass socks. I fucking hate that shit.
Well, I apologize that you might have to run into that while we're living
What?
together.
No. I mean like
I mean,
on
if-
my feet. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, like as long as your shit's like not stinking up the whole ass place, whatever. But
I mean, I've worked with
No
some.
promises.
I've lived with someone that worked
I'm just saying, you
in
ain't-
restaurants, and their shoes
you
are
ain't leaving
nasty.
your smelly ass socks in the living room. That's all I'm saying.
No, they will sit in either my room or a laundry
We
basket
got some
in my room.
Febreze. We'll
Some
Hashtag
Febreze.
not
Soak it in
sponsored.
it.
Some non-sponsored air freshener.
Man.
Anyway, what was the question again? I forgot.
Wet socks or
Oh,
rocking
probably
your
rocking
shoe.
my shoe. Like I fucking walk outside barefoot, so not a lot. Not
Grew
not
up on
in
a
the
gravel
summer,
road.
though. Don't do that here in the summer. Like your skin will come off.
That's fair. I'm sure at that point in the summer you'd want like probably wet socks
Wet
to cool
socks.
off.
Yeah, because they dry in fucking 5 minutes.
Yeah, they would quick dry and cook your feet.
Yeah.
I mean, it's assuming that they never stop being soaking wet.
They're
that
just
day.
constantly
Yeah.
wet. Then you're broiling
Yeah, I
your
was at
feet.
that point, yeah, it's just fucking. My feet are in a sauna the whole freaking day.
Yeah.
It's constantly evaporating, but constantly getting more wet.
Ew.
I mean, sauna is good for you.
Sure. I'm sure sitting in a sauna for literally an entire day is good for you.
I mean, your
I
feet.
mean,
But
as I was a lifeguard, the hot tubs legitimately said no more than 1 hour in the hot tubs.
Yeah, I
So
was
it's
gonna
more
say,
of a suggestion.
I can only imagine what
than
a full
a
sauna.
there
rule.
you get like nausea and stuff.
yeah, it actually fucks with your body. Don't do that.
Yeah, that's fair. So you'd go with
Okay.
rock.
Yep.
Rock.
And I choose
Any day of the
paper.
week. I don't even care how sharp it is. Oh, I choose scissors, and I cut the rock out of the equation.
What?
Anyway. I think we got time for one more.
I didn't
Tyler, you got
answer.
one more
Hold
fun?
on.
Well, doesn't answer.
I mean, honestly, with my mind, I don't know if I'd be able to walk around with a rock in my shoe without being driven insane. I would just suck it up and wear the
But-
wet socks all day.
But here's the thing with the rock. It has a chance of going places where your foot normally
like
doesn't.
It'll work its way in
have
between,
pressure.
like your big toe and your other toes, so it just kind of sits in that little hole there.
I mean, knowing my luck,
Or
it would
like-
just constantly be in like my heel
Yeah,
or
it'd be like
something.
right under your heel, and it'd be sharp as fuck. Then you
Yeah.
just walk on your toes.
Oh god,
Tippy-toe the
see.
whole
I do
day.
that almost out of habit. I do that out of habit, and I think that's why the front of my shoes are all like actually just flat tread. There's nothing to them.
Well then,
Anyway, so we got time for one more. Tyler, you got anything?
Yeah. Well, it was gonna be something like really dark, but I'll reel it back a little bit. Just.
I think we'll turn it
Mildly
dark on
dark.
our own. So go ahead.
So yeah, it was if you had a reset button, so you can either hit the reset button.
Oh.
Everyone you know is gets fucking Thanos snapped, and
Oh.
but it's like a peaceful thing. It's not like everyone like suffering or anything, and
Tony Stark, I don't feel good.
I fucking hate that line now. By the way. Every time I'm like, Anyway, so yeah, you do that. Everything restarts, but you have no control over like the restarting process. Or you basically you live forever, and but you're guaranteed that sometime down the road there will be like worldwide peace and everything will everyone will prosper.
Ugh.
I know my answer for sure.
So basically, you either hit the button, everyone that's currently on Earth, including yourself, fades from existence. Eventually, society will come back. And you know, who knows if it gets better or not. Or you have to live forever, but the world.
But
the
then
world
there's
does get
guaranteed
better.
world peace. Ugh.
So I'm actually going to be selfish for this one. Like I don't think I would actually mind living forever. Like I do want to see how like technology and everything progresses throughout the ages. It'd just be unfortunate if I was never able to leave the Earth if like the humans left eventually, due to like mass extinction.
Well, I don't remember that being
circumstances.
part of the statement.
That's not part of it at all. Yeah.
You just live forever. The galaxy continues to happen, and you happen with it.
Basically, human society will one day have peace, but you have to live forever in order to achieve it. Yeah. Also,
I'd still stick with my answer.
In my viewpoint, that's the less selfish option.
Yeah.
Well,
in my opinion, hitting the button is more selfish because you're just like, I'm out.
You're just starting over again.
Is it starting over or just?
It's literally.
Well, eventually it'll be starting over, but
hitting.
It's basically a wipe.
Oh, you just end existence and life.
No, like you know, like it's guaranteed that like human life will return. You just way down the line.
So one's an extinction button to restart humanity, and the other one is just living forever, but watching current humanity.
Well, watching current humanity, suffer and eventually thrive.
Okay. See, both have their extreme drawbacks.
Oh, yeah.
The first one, with the immortality thing, I'm assuming I'm the only immortal person, correct? Yeah. That's the problem. I'm going to watch hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of loved ones go and age and die, and I'm just going to be here, like, looking like my 30-year-old self, just being like, well, shit.
And you know how it feels to be elves from, like, Lord of the Rings.
And that's what I mean. Like, that would be the...
Sandman.
But then if you Thanos snap everyone out of existence, you don't get to see a chance or a world where things could have changed.
Yeah. Also, you don't know if things are just going to repeat itself back up to where you were.
Yeah, that's the other problem is life could just repeat itself again. As history states, those that don't learn from history are doomed to repeat it. So
I'm assuming all of our like documentations and whatnot are gone too. Or is it?
I would say...
Like, do they have documentation of the past?
I would say it's basically... it would deteriorate.
Like, clean swipe.
It would deteriorate at a regular pace, that you would normally expect.
So if anything were to be saved, though, like on hard, like Obsidian copies of things, there's a chance that humans could find it.
Yeah, like Assassin's Creed.
Okay.
We're the ones that came before.
Oh my god. Okay. Honestly, I think I have my answer.
Do tell.
I would hit the button.
Oh.
You selfish mother...
Because... No, I actually have a good reason for it. I promise. We as a society, as a current society... So much society. Anyway, no. This current society is so fucked up that I don't think I could see the light at the end of the tunnel if I were to, like, give them a chance. I really don't.
But it's guaranteed.
Because, like...
It might take millennia, but it's guaranteed.
That's the thing, though. How many other people have to suffer, though?
Yes.
That's my thought.
But how many people are going to be suffering in that new world?
I don't know. If we do the Obsidian rule, like if I have time before the thing resets, if I could do my Obsidian rule and, hopefully get them on the right path, maybe we could get something figured out, and maybe they will have a better
Yeah,
chance.
but see,
But
that's the thing, though.
I-
Current society doesn't have an agreement on what the correct path is. So, like, when the new civilization comes along to discover these things, they'll have a bunch of different opinions that they'll find as to what is the proper path.
and I understand that,
Then
but
people will just make
I
their
feel-
own path.
yeah, I just feel potential new paths may have a better chance than millennia of chances.
Interesting.
Because yeah, that's my thought.
Josh is taking the selfish option. He's
Selfish
pressing the
bastard.
not my problem button.
I guess pretty much, yeah, not my problem.
And Kyle
Well,
is
look, you
pressing the. I just want to see. He's just going with. I just want to see what the fuck happens in the future. That just sounds cool.
Some of it would.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
Because, like, even though
The
our time
advancements-
is not good, it was much worse in the past because of all the the restrictions on everyone.
Dude, that's why, like, when people say that they're like, "Oh, I was born in the wrong generation. I wish I was born in the 20s." I'm like, no, the fuck you don't. Like, oh, I wish I lived in the 20s. I'm like, oh, you wanted polio and shit? Like, no,
Right.
you're dumb.
Women couldn't vote, gays
Well-
don't have
Yeah,
rights,
like-
and all that stuff, and
Yeah.
But what's funny with that,
medical
like with my thoughts,
advancements.
there's actually a stone placed in Georgia in several different languages of how to restart humanity after the
Oh, I think
apocalypse
that was
happens.
actually a thing. I think I remember looking that up. I think that's like a hoax.
It is.
Like, no, like the
no,
stone
it's a real
actually
thing.
exists, but I'm pretty sure somebody just like fucking made it up and put it there.
Okay, regardless, somebody took the time to put that there, and that would be my hopeful chance that people would read this
Oh,
and
you do like a
understand.
similar
leave them
thing,
rock?
but like for real. Oh yeah, the Georgia
Yeah.
Guidestones. Yeah, it's hang on. Yeah. It was built in 1980, and like for so long, there's like some big conspiracy about them that it was like, oh, they're fucking must have been some ancient aliens or something. And it was like, no, it was made in 1980. What the fuck?
I would say, and not only that, a lot of this is in like modern
Yeah,
languages.
like,
so
it's
how?
literally just a fucking slab that somebody. It's a piece of art. It's not a fucking.
And it was commissioned for $50,000. So like, there's proof that this
Yeah,
thing was made
yeah.
recently.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
By
you do that kind
aliens.
of
Okay.
thing
And, no.
and hope that people didn't think it was a
Yeah.
hoax.
Pretty much.
All right. Well, did
So-
you want to answer it too, Tyler?
I mean, no, because you know that implicates me in the thing. No, I'm pretty sure that. Huh. Now, see, I know that my sarcastic opinion is always just everyone launch their nukes and let's just end this shit. But my genuine
much.
opinion is probably I would probably live forever. Just because, like, well, it might get mundane eventually. I don't know. I feel like eventually you would learn to cope with, you know, the whole like constant
Death.
loss thing. And,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, it'd be like
and
owning
get
a pet.
better at living, you know, and like making new friends all the time and everything. And
You can master your crafts
I
of
thought you were going to say
anything
something
you
else at
want.
the beginning of that, but yes, yeah, I could.
I mean, you could do
don't-
that too.
And this isn't like a selfish thing, but like it is kind of funny that you'd basically almost inherently have to become a god, essentially.
Yeah, you would
'Cause,
to some
like,
degree.
You know, I don't know. Plus, it'd be nice to be able to actually help, you know, advance things.
Yeah.
and
Help
make them
shape the
better
future
and-
potentially, or
Yeah,
you know.
and it'd be cool to see what, you know, a peaceful
Society
yeah, like
would be.
fully 100% peaceful, prolific, some other P word that I can't think of.
If push comes to shove, you can always just hide yourself away for a while until that peace comes.
just go into hibernation for
No.
some, million years.
Just
It's fine.
play games in some
I'm
cave
immortal and
somewhere.
eternal. Why would I just go hide away? Like,
Because
that's what I'm
humans,
saying.
Because you don't want to deal with humans
At a certain
sometimes.
point, you would gain so much wisdom that, like, you'd effectively always have the answer. Like,
I mean, you have to gain that wisdom first.
yeah, over time. But I'm just
Like
saying.
at the beginning of it, you might just like hide away until you gain some wisdom.
Yeah, after
Go rob a
after all
bank
my
and then
immediate loved
wait.
ones are dead, yeah.
you see, you go rob a bank, wait out the life sentence, and just be like, well, I've been here for, 100 years. Can I go now?
What's the prison rules for people that
Why
are
would
immortal?
you wait out the life sentence? Just walk out. What are they gonna do? Shoot you? You're immortal.
But that's what I mean,
Not
though.
taking
Then
Like,
they'll just
advantage
keep
of
you
the
locked
Godmother
away
powers
somewhere.
well enough.
but see, it would be a game that you'd have to play to start off. Otherwise, people would just think you're insane.
Oh no, I just prove it. I just like if I knew for certain.
What, just like pull out a gun and shoot
Well,
yourself?
no, not that. I'm just saying.
It's like, I'm
alive.
alive.
Shoot me. Like I wouldn't be doing anything wrong. Like I'm not gonna go rob banks and shit like you said. But I mean, I
Anyway.
might do a little bit of
So.
like, hey, go check out my Patreon. I'm immortal.
Why do you need money then?
I guess I could just walk into a store and just grab whatever the fuck I wanted. What are they gonna do about it? Shoot me?
I mean,
Yeah.
you don't even have to eat. You're immortal.
Yeah, see,
Yeah,
the way I look
like,
at immortality,
besides
though, is
enter-
you'd still feel hunger and stuff.
Oh no, I'm just always hungry
Yeah.
now.
Eventually, you get used to it.
Dude, I'd be so fat by the end.
That's what I
You'd
mean,
be an
though.
immortal fat person.
No, I feel like
You would be a Buddha.
People would rub your belly for good luck.
This is a fun fact. Actually, the little statues of the fat guy, that's not Buddha. Or that's not the Buddha. That's
Who is it?
Budai, which is a different person.
Buddha.
Booty. No.
Booty.
Bottom.
Buddha, rocking
Yeah,
everywhere.
the Buddha was actually just a guy called Siddhartha. I'm probably mispronouncing that, but Gautama or Gautama, I don't know. But yeah,
Okay.
he was literally just a prince, and he was a real person. He was just a prince that basically figured out a way to live without sadness, effectively. Yeah, and they
Damn.
just went around
Must
just
be
teaching
nice.
people like, hey, this is how this is a way that I found to live. Do it or don't. It's not up to me.
Yeah.
And yeah, the fat guy, he's just like some
Poser.
monk or something. But yeah,
All right. Well,
rainbow.
I think we all learned a little bit about each other today.
Yeah.
Hopefully, y'all at home were playing along.
Yeah.
Ha, y'all at home.
If you wanna.
Do we have any? Yeah, I said, do we got any tips anybody wants to place?
Is this really an episode where we
forever.
have tips?
I do have. I have more of a. It's a final question rather than a tip.
Okay.
So I just wanted to see if anyone had anything else before I had stated it. So we're
so
all
I
good.
don't think
Nobody's got
I
anything.
don't think I have one this time.
Okay. So this is more of a at-home thought experiment. Don't need an official answer. Just something
Rock
to think
basilisk.
about.
Is it the bird
No.
demon?
No. Oh, hey! If you were immortal, you could become your own bird
Good.
demon.
Yeah, there you go.
Or I could just
You could convince people
Okay.
that the bird demon is
Like,
giving you eternal life.
eventually it would be real. God, it works.
Okay. Anyway. So, my thought-provoking question for you is: if you knew you had 5 minutes left to live on this planet, and you could sit down with one person, who would that one person be
Oh
for
God,
you?
my thoughts. They've been provoked.
What would it be? A loved one? A close friend? Would it be
Your enemy?
someone you've never met? Yeah, and your enemy? Would it be someone you aspired to be? Who would that one
I'm
person
sorry, but if you're gonna spend your last 5 minutes talking to your enemy, you're a fucking idiot.
Last chance to
Hey.
flip them off as you die in front of them.
Hey, okay, this was...
I'm going down. He's strangling him.
So, yeah.
I'm going down, but you're going down with me.
Or you could fuck with people. Send them a voice, or like a video call. Be like, if you don't forward this to 5 people, I'll die in 5
God.
minutes.
That's
What happens if they do and then you still die?
Well, then they didn't do it right.
Well,
This is your fault. Like, that's fucked up, man. That's,
All right, but yeah, so I feel like we've ended on a decent note. Tyler, where can they
you can
find us?
find all of our other links at linktree.com/procrastination studio. I don't know why I always breathe heavily for that. It's not that long of a thing.
Yeah, you really
Deja
don't need it that
vu.
long.
What?
All right. Anyway,
Bye!
bye.
bye.